documentary on UConn women's basketball. It's 3 episodes. It's 3 hours. I watched all of it. It was so good. It was so compelling. And I had no idea the talent that came out of that school. And I fell in love with the coach. And I fell in love with all these people. And I'm so bummed Diana Taurasi has just retired because I didn't know she went there. And seeing her in college and in high school, I was like, my God, this woman's amazing.
She got to beat something.
There's a reason that Diana Taurasi's jersey is in the rafters. I mean, she played with Sue Bird. Maya Moore came out of there. Paige Becker.
Sue Bird? Yes, Sue Bird. I mean, it was crazy.
Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi played together.
I know.
They won Breonna Stewart. Like, come on. This is like this. I love this.
And then watching Paige. In fact, the documentary is 3 episodes. At the end of the documentary, this is one of those shows where I'm watching. I'd pause it and I'd Google how many wins does he have, because the guy's got like 13 freaking championships, right? So I'm watching, and Paige Beckers is on it, and I'm like, and it's building up all this anxiety she got. She tore ACL, she tore meniscus, and then like she's a star player. And then I got a pain in my stomach. I paused it and I had to go Google, did she win? And then I watched the rest of it. And at the end, when she hugs the coach, I started crying.
I know. When he's like, I love you. And she's like, I hate you. Yeah. Because the relationship that Gino and Paige Beckers have together, it's truly one of a kind. And Gino, he is one of those coaches. He does not care. He is going to tell you exactly how it is, especially if you want to be great. UConn is one of those programs. Gino won 160 games in a row.
Yeah,
in a row. That is no easy feat. And so it was really fun because we got a look on Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd's relationship, which has been huge for the WNBA, and they're so cute. And you guys know me, I am Paige Beckers' #1 fan. And doesn't that documentary make you just love her?
Yeah, she's great. I went to her TikTok and watched all her dances.
I know, she's awesome.
God, what the hell's wrong with my microphone? Why is everything falling apart in here? Our phones, the microphones? Anyway, but speaking of, so then I was all excited to watch the Mercury. Now the season's over?
No, well, it's playoff season in Mercury. Unfortunately, we didn't have too good of a season, even though last year we literally went to the finals. But Kelsey Plum, she is actually playing tonight, which is going to be a huge deal because she was one of the players who got traded in free agency. And so we're hoping that she wants to stay and that she re-signs with the Mercury.
Oh, yeah, so next season,
but
bring it home.
She is like a true point guard. She went to University of Washington. She went to UW. She is so talented, and she's exactly what the Phoenix Mercury needed.
Well, I was very excited. And it's on Apple TV. It's called Dynasty UConn. Dylan, who are we taking here? Who's on line 1?
All right, take line 5. It's Noel.
Line 5 is like, Noel, hi. Sorry, we're having some phone problems. Noel, what's up? You're on there. Hi.
Hi, guys. Thanks so much for having me on. I have the worst DIY project you will ever hear.
Okay.
So,
well, let me set this up. Hold on. Let me explain. When did we get into that? Was that yesterday? Yesterday, you got do-it-yourself project's gone wrong. Okay, so go ahead. So what happened?
So it all started when we moved to a small town in Nebraska for a job offer I got, and we needed to build a house. We built a house, or had a house built, but when we moved in, it would rain, and the rain would wash away the dirt from all around this new built house. So my husband and I took a look outside, and we're like, okay, if we build this retaining wall, it'll maybe be 2 feet tall at most. We don't need a permit. We could do that. Let's totally do it. We, priced out the materials. We decided to drive 45 minutes to the nearest hardware store, and we bought all of the stuff we needed with our one drill with a rechargeable battery.
Sure.
And so we started building, and we started in May. And about a month in, we started adding more and more layers because somehow it needed to be higher and higher. And so about 8 layers of lumber later, our retaining wall ended up being over 10 feet tall. We broke the law and didn't have a permit to keep building. We didn't know anything about retaining walls, so there was no drainage behind the retaining wall. We didn't know where to properly put screws for this retaining wall. And literally, we had a fine from the town because we built this wall. We were over $5,500 in materials. We now have a collection of over 10 different drills that we bought to try and get through the project, endless mashed fingers. And basically, at the end of it, water was pouring through the back of the retaining wall and through the lumber out into the neighbor's field, ruining their whole field.
No.
So we ended up having to sell the house, and we moved back to Colorado.
So did the place look like a prison with 10 feet walls?
10-foot retaining wall.
I mean, kind of. Somebody that came out to help us backfill the dirt after we built it said that literally had a construction company built this wall, it would have been like a $90,000 retaining wall, and we DIY'd it as best as we could, and it looked pretty amazing. It just wasn't a good, efficient retaining
You
wall.
just completely destroyed your neighbor's property.
Yeah, that is a great one.
Basically, so I'm no longer allowed to DIY, and we have some projects that I look over at my husband and kind of go, maybe if we do this, and I just get a head nod, so I'm not allowed to DIY
Man, I'll tell you
anymore.
what, though, a man with 10 power drills, that's a cool thing. You get cool points from me.
Right? Yeah.
All right, Noel, thanks for sharing that story. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thanks.